all up in my business. What up, YouTube? All right, let's go to the book. We gonna go. Let me add the tag podcast live. Go live. Go, shorty. It's your birthday. And you know we don't give up. It's not your birthday. All right. Let's share. All right. So this is the weird part of the show where I have to share it. So thank you guys for watching these first 30 seconds and watching me annoy the shiza out of you. Share. Right post. New episode. Blow. All right, post. All right, let's go. All right, what is up, guys? Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the What Had Happened Was podcast, episode 78. If you're listening to this on the podcast apps, I feel old when I say that. The podcast app thingies that are on your telephone. I'm also talking weird because I went ahead and got some headphones, so hopefully I can hear if my audio goes to shit, and I won't have to rely on a bunch of texts and things like that, and I can catch it before it becomes an issue. But I've noticed that when I record with headphones, I tend to like draw out syllables for some reason. I don't know if it's because I don't like the little bit of an echo or what. So I really commend those guys on TV that have like producers in their ear. They can hear themselves. So it's just, I don't know how they do it, but they get a ton of my respect because I feel like I'll be very truncated in my syllable enunciation. That's pretty fucking annoying. All right. So, as I said, July 30th, if you're listening to this on the podcast, if you're checking me out live on Facebook or YouTube, it is Sunday, July 29th. And I do appreciate you guys for tuning in. It's been a week, another week. It feels like summer's almost over. Like, where the hell did it go? We're getting ready to march into August, and I don't know. I feel like I just started summer. I don't know if it was because of selling the house and moving in with my parents. Everything just got away from me. But we've probably only had like 3 or 4 beach days this summer. And maybe that's just what happens when you get old. You work, you have a family, you don't have as much time to get down to the beach. But I feel like we're doing a disservice to living in this area, kind of wasting our summer, if you will. But nah, the kids are enjoying it. Maxon is loving his time with his grandparents, and Sloan is really enjoying Gigglebug. She's definitely taken a liking to that. So I have to say that I'm very pleased with the fact that we chose Gigglebugs. I wish Maxon could be in. Would be much easier on us than having to like find coverage, I guess you could say, whether it's my mom, whether it's Joanne, whether Lindsay has a day off, or my dad, or whoever it ends up being. It's greatly appreciated when they watch the kids, but it is quite a pain in the hind quarters. Hey, so I know a lot of you guys from the old Sussex County, like where I'm from. I don't know. Am I from there? I don't know. That's a whole nother argument I've been in before. I still now say I'm from Dover. I was born in Jersey, moved to Sussex County, spent a boatload of time. Would you call it a boatload? About 25 years? No, not 25. So I was 7 when we moved. Trying to think. 7. So 20 years. 20 years in Sussex County. Moved up to Dover, and I've been Mike of Dover, for the last 7-8 years now. Getting back downstate. But anyway, what I was saying was that everybody in Kent County like sweats the state fair. I think it's, I don't know. I think it's very overrated. My worst thing is the rides. So you would think that the rides at the state fair would be reasonably priced. You got to deal with a carny. Who knows if the goddamn zipper is going to fly off the whole entire contraption. I'm worried so much about this earpiece. I can't even talk. I might have to take it out and just check in periodically, but then that would look awful on video. Like every 3 or 4 minutes, I'm just putting a microphone in real quick. So I just need to get over it and get used to it. So yeah, whatever. You got to worry about the zipper flying off the entrapment, some weird carny walking off with your kids, or God knows what, somebody yelling at you because you didn't pick their dart balloon stand and you pick the one next to it and you're throwing rings over a milk jug, whatever the hell it is. I'm not a huge fan of the state fair. I'm not a fan of many things that are, I guess you could say, more country. I don't care whose cow looks the best when it gets paraded around the gate or whose pig has the biggest pot belly. I do like looking at the goat nuts, though, because I'm a 12-year-old and it really cracks me up to see how huge their nuts are. It's actually impressive. I know for primates, humans have pretty big testicles. I guess gorillas and chimpanzees and orangutans don't have big nuts, but we have nothing on goats. Their nuts hang pretty much down to their knees, and they're like, I would say the size of coconuts, like easily the size of coconuts. I don't know how much testosterone is pouring through those veins. I don't know how goats have hair, because I think that's one of the things. Like, apparently I have a lot of testosterone, because one of the things that makes you go bald is having too much testosterone. So you're just like a hairy fuck all over your body, and then you have no hair on the top of your head. It's like one of those curses. And you would think with the amount of testosterone I'm supposedly producing, with the hair on my chest and the lack of hair on my head, I'd be jacked. But no. I just sit on my ass and talk into a microphone once a week, and that's my workout. It's going pretty well. I mean, I got a wife and 2 kids. I've done all right for myself. I'm not mad. I used to think I had shit luck. And I as I've gotten older, I realized that was just more of an exaggeration. I clearly don't have shit luck. I've kind of, as they say, I've stepped in shit and come up smelling like roses way too many times in my life, thanks to my skin color, I guess you could say my gender. I don't know. I feel like a man. Therefore, I guess I am a man. And being a white male has definitely helped me in life. So there's been many situations where I joke around and say I have shitty luck, but looking back, I actually have really, really good luck. And I definitely don't have as bad luck as this poor woman in Ocean City. I don't know if you guys saw this, but she's just sitting on the beach, enjoying her vacation. And then, like a javelin out of the sky, she gets impaled by a friggin' umbrella. I said friggin' because my sister asked me to not say the F word so much this episode. So I'm going to try to be I guess not even subconscious. I'm going to be conscious of the amount of times I say the F word. I think I've already said it a couple. I'm failing. Enjoying her vacation, chatting with her husband. Oh my God, I love the beach. Which way is the beach? Is that east? I bet that's east. Let's feed the seagulls some French fries. And then through the sky, like a goddamn javelin, friggin' thing, bam, right in her clavicle, stabs her. It was that windy that the umbrella lifted up. That Steens girl should get fired. Everybody remembers the Steens girl, like rocking the umbrella in. I don't know how much that was. That like $5? Who knows? It's probably $15 for an umbrella now. But whoever put the umbrella in did not do a good job, because it lifted off like the goddamn Falcon 9, like it's Elon Musk's rocket, javelins through the air and stabs this poor woman straight in the chest. They had to saw it off and fly her to PRNC in Salisbury. So I can't imagine, like, you're just enjoying your vacation, sitting there with your kids, like, oh, Timmy, there's the rip current. Look at the lifeguard. He's blowing his whistle at you. Which, why do lifeguards think that everybody on the beach is a lifeguard? Like, you go to the beach, and for some reason, like, every lifeguard thinks I know, like, the stupid flag signs. Like, you're whistling. You seem to be like trying to get my attention, but I don't know what you're saying. You look like you're waving away a bumblebee or something. I don't know. I don't know what cross flags then point at me means. Does it mean you want me to go further out? You want me to come closer in? I have zero clue what you're telling me to do. And I really wish lifeguards would just get like megaphones and say, hey, bald guy, get out of the water or move to your left. It would work much better than being like, and they're just like they look like they're bringing a plane in down the runway, and I'm the plane, and now I'm offended because I'm not as fat as a plane, but now they're making me feel fat like I'm a jumbo jet, and I'm self-conscious now. Now I'm in the water, I'm looking around like, are you talking to me? Are you talking to that? I don't know who you're talking to. Can you just get on a megaphone and yell, guy in the red shorts, or because I would wear red shorts apparently. Just I don't know what you're trying to say when you're waving flags. Like, give me hand gestures like, hey, you out of the water. Give me something. I don't know. But I just can't imagine being that woman. You're sitting there enjoying your vacation. It's a nice day. And all of a sudden, from the sky, God decides to send a umbrella javelin through your chest, and now you're flying in a helicopter going to the hospital. Who knows how much that costs? Hope you had insurance, because I don't think my insurance would cover an umbrella to the breastplate. I don't know. I'd be forking out a lot of money for that copay on the helicopter ride. Where's that one on the line item? Oh, 47,000. Neat. I'll just go ahead and foreclose on my house so that I can get this umbrella taken out of my chest. That's what I was hoping for on my vacation, to take a $50,000 helicopter ride with a friggin' umbrella sticking out of my chest, because sand is usually supposed to be inside your body and not on the outside. Oh, speaking of sand, so I was browsing Reddit, surprise, and I was watching this thing, and these what are they called? Pearlfish. So there was like a little cute clownfish, like in like this sea anemone or something. Like it had like the little tentacles, and it was like, you know, it was at home. It was getting comfortable. It was swimming around. It was a little Nemo, cute little thing. And then so I click on it. I read some of the comments, because it looked like maybe the clownfish was being eaten by this thing's tentacles, but no, it was just making a home. And I guess one of the comments said, well, if you think that's cozy, you should see how pearlfish get comfortable. And they put a link to a YouTube video. So I click on the link, obviously, because once you start in a rabbit hole, there's no coming out the other end. The only way you come out the other end of the rabbit hole is if your kids start crying or something. Then that gets you out of the rabbit hole real fast. Now you got to go see what they're doing. But anyway, so these pearlfish, apparently, to hide from predators and to stay comfortable, they go into sea cucumbers' buttholes. So the sea cucumber, it looks like a cucumber. Duh. That's why they're called sea cucumbers. But it's almost like a giant caterpillar, and it just has two holes. So it sucks up sand, takes a bunch of nutrients out, and then it shoots the sand poop out of its butt. So just like a straight tube. There's not a whole lot of brain, lung. Why would you have lungs underwater? I'm an idiot. It's not like they're mammals. But so they basically suck in sand and shoot it out their butt. Well, these things are so repulsive to a lot of other animals, they won't go near them. So the pearlfish take advantage of this, and they go into the sea cucumber's butt, and will just hang out there and go for a ride with the sea cucumber, and you know, just have a good old time and stay away from predators. They even invite other sea pearlfish in. There was a sea cucumber with two pearlfish in its butt, and I mean, I can't imagine that's got to be a fun trip to the doctor. You know, like those people that put gerbils up their butt, and they got to explain that to the doctor, and the doctor's like, well, how'd the gerbil get up your butt? And actually, would the doctor even ask, or would at that point would it just be like, all right, we know what you were doing, we're just going to advise you don't shove living things up your anus anymore. That's going to be our suggestion for you. No more pets in your butthole. So these poor sea cucumbers actually have a legit excuse. They're like, he just went up there. I didn't put him up there like guys with like a potato or a cucumber up their butt. So moral of the story is, unless you're a sea cucumber, make sure there's a flange at the end of whatever you're sticking up your butt, because that's how it stops against your cheeks. And then you can then pull said object out. If that's your bag, if that's what you're doing, if you're sticking things up your butt, make sure they have a part wider than your cheeks, so it can act as a stopper, as a backstop. So I promised my sister I wouldn't say the F word, and I ended up talking about anal play. That went well. I hope she's enjoying that as she's driving to work. Little butt plug action. But no, for real, if you're going to shove gerbils or hamsters or potatoes or cucumbers or lemons, I don't know, onions, whatever you put up your rear end, just make sure it has a flat stopper on that end, as if I'm an expert on that. I own stock in butt plugs. So everyone go out and buy butt plugs because I have stock in that. Oh, yay. Oh, no. So I was joking, not about the butt plugs. Make sure you have a flat thing there. What I was joking about was me having bad luck, quote unquote, even though I have good luck. In one area where I do think that men have it harder than women, clearly not the workplace because we get paid more. Suck on that. We get paid more. We're more likely to be high ranking managers or officials, I guess you could say. But one place we do have worse is, I guess, you could say like dating or social media dating, because so a lot of girls, you see that stupid Marilyn Monroe, or I think, yeah, Marilyn Monroe, her little quote, like, if you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. Imagine if a guy put that as his like motto, like, if you can't handle me passed out on the couch 4 days at a time, then you don't deserve me going to work 5 days a week and being a productive member of society. He'd get shit on. He'd be like, no, you're just a piece of shit. So I think anytime I see a girl with that, if you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best, I want to call him a crazy bitch, like right there on the spot. Like, oh, so you're crazy. That's that one. But so not only can they do that, they can be super specific. Like, I only date tall guys. I only date men that are in shape. If you're not 6'2", 210, don't text me. Like, could you imagine if a guy was like, I only date skinny girls, fat bitches need not apply? He would get crushed. People would crush him for being, I don't know, superficial or only caring about looks. I can't believe that's all you care. And the same girls that say that shit, like, I only date tall guys, or I only date bald guys, or I don't know, I only date guys with a beard. If you ain't got a beard, you ain't a man. Whatever. All those girls who say that are the same ones who would literally be so annoyed if a guy was like, don't need any skinny chicks here. Only want the chubby ones. Need to stay warm at night. Like, if a guy who just has the nerve to be specific about his type or what he likes, he's basically called a superficial jerk. But girls they're fine that they can say whatever they want. If you don't have washboard abs, don't come my way. Like, imagine if a guy was like, if you don't have C cups, don't come see these nuts. I can't, I don't know where girls get off and they can be as superficial and picky as they want. Maybe it's because I'm a short, fat guy. Like, I'm a little upset about it, or I have some harbored like feelings. Hey, bud. Hey, I love you. Thank you. Close the door. I just got remember I was talking how the kids can get you out of the rabbit hole. Maxine just got me out of that. I don't even know what I was going to start saying about girls, but I knew I had to PG it up real quick because he walked in, gave me a random kiss, and then now he's back to bed. So actually, thank you for that, Max. You got me. You got me out of a death spiral because I was really going to a dark place there, and I didn't want to offend all women. But for real, if you're going to be like a superficial jerk about like, oh, I only date guys who have money, or if you don't have your own car, don't call me, then guess what? If your boyfriend says to you, you look like you got stung by a bee and your face looks terrible, you're not allowed to get mad because you were a superficial bitch to begin with. Just saying. So if he says, hey, honey, could you lose a few pounds? You look better when we first started dating. You can't get mad because you wanted that portion in washboard abs. You're stuck. And if he wants to shit on you, he's allowed to. Now, I'm not saying like he should be emotionally abusive, but you knew full well you were with him for superficial reasons. He was with you for superficial reasons. If they disappear, bye-bye. All right, I'm going to stop there because I don't even know. Like another baseball player, if you guys watch baseball, after the All-Star game, some offensive tweets came out. A guy for the Braves now just almost threw a no-hitter, and then some offensive tweets of his came out where he was basically using the new F word, fag, and they were 7 years old. And look, I don't think you should be tweeting like so-and-so is a fag or you're a fag. I don't know why I continue to say it. It's a pretty harsh word, like when you say, if you're not used to saying it and then all of a sudden you say it a lot, it comes across as a more harsh word. And that's coming from someone with a pretty vulgar mouth. But just, I don't know, fag seems like really tough. But this guy 7 years ago had tweeted that the F word multiple times, and he got called out for it, rightly so. But I don't think we should be crucifying people for things they said 7 years ago. Like, I mean, I've grown a lot in 7 weeks, let alone 7 years. I hope when I look back on this podcast in 7 years and I'm like, wow, I was an immature ass, or I can't believe some of the things I said, that it won't be like held against me in a court of law or the court of public opinion. I'm sure it is. I'm sure people think I'm a jackass for a lot of the stuff I say on here, and that's fine. I don't stand by all of it. I have, like, quote unquote, exaggerate and go above and beyond. I'm trying to entertain myself and some other people that are listening. So I get it, but I just think we have to stop with this whole somebody said something 10 years ago. Like, if they did something, if he had, I don't know, gone out and like spray painted fag on somebody's porch or van, or like lit a rainbow flag on fire or something like that. Like, I think that would be awful and terrible. But saying something on Twitter 7 years ago when you were a teenager, we have to kind of have some nuance in the way we deal with things, especially when we have a president who routinely goes off on Twitter. He was going off just before I got on this podcast, like about, the witch hunt and the collusion, and basically saying that the free press was unpatriotic and that they shouldn't report on things he does. What do you think about that, Linz? That Trump tweeted that the press basically shouldn't report on federal affairs, basically, I guess, talking about things that go on in his cabinet or department or meetings or whatever he's writing with crayon. How do you like that? Think we're heading toward fascism? I don't know that we're going toward Nazi Germany, but he seems to really like fascist style and like dictatorships. I don't think it'll happen in America, but he seems to dig that. What's up? Oh, okay.
Isn't that what we would call freedom of speech?
It is what we would call freedom of speech and freedom of the press.
Constitution so literal,
right?
They're not,
Right. I mean, why would our press be able to report on the president? That would be insanity. I can't imagine why they would do that. But we have less than 100 days until midterm, so go register to vote, unless you're going to vote for more Nazis and racists and misogynists. And I'm not talking about just Democrats, even though they do seem to be the more decent people, because I was fully going to vote for Kasich or Rubio if they got the Republican nomination. Unfortunately, they didn't. President Twitter Thumbs did. So, all right, you're right. Politics are pretty boring. I'll stop talking about them. You got it. That's a good idea. All right. Thank you. See, this is why I need you here. This is why we work. You tell me when I'm grading on people, which is often. I know. That's awful. You had a busy day. I forgot to pour you a glass of wine, by the way. I'm sorry. I blew it.
Don't put that on there.
It's on there. It's out in the ether now. My bad. Yeah, I'm a terrible husband. I forgot to pour a glass of wine. Although I am. Yeah, so I'm double terrible husband. Not only did I not pour a glass of wine, I have a playoff game tonight. So keep me in your thoughts and prayers. Well, if you're listening to this Monday morning, I'll text me and I'll tell you the results. But I have a playoff game tonight at 10 p.m. I'm playing in my, what you call it? The fake nerd league. I forget. She always has something she calls it. Yeah, but it's Madden. It's fake. It's not real, but it's still real to me. Damn it. That guy's my favorite guy on YouTube, the WWF guy. I really am just meandering right now. Okay. Oh, yes. So Netflix. I got a Netflix survey the other day and I got bamboozled. So Netflix sends a link. They're like, can you take 3 minutes of your time for this survey? I thought maybe I'd get a free month or a credit or something. No. So what they did was they sent me a survey and they were like, basically watch these 3 videos and then like pay attention to them and we'll have to ask you some questions after. So they play the 3 videos and basically after the 3 videos, it was like, did you see a Netflix logo? Do you think it was a movie or series or whatever? So I answer them all, and when I got done, I realized it was in advertising 3 new shows they were putting out. And I willingly, like a dumbass, sat and went through and watched all 3 3-minute clips of these stupid shows. It was like 2 shows and a Netflix original movie. One looked like it was about a kid who had to drop a package off, but he dropped the wrong package off with the wrong lady. The wrong lady had the green bag and it looked so intriguing. And I sat through like a dumbass and watched all 3 of the advertisements and took part in their survey. Didn't get anything for it, just took time out of my lunch break to do it, and fucking looked at their advertisements like a dumbass. Like, I'm so dumb. I'm part of that generation where we kind of get technology, but not enough. Like I was still naive enough about Facebook like 5 years ago to think that I wasn't the product. Like, it was like, Facebook is great, I can use it. Not realizing that they're using me. Everything I like, everything I check mark, everything I put a heart on, they're taking that data and selling it to someone to say, this guy's between 30 and 40. He likes, I don't know, liberal politics. He's a snowflake. Uh, and realizing that way too late in the game. But now we all obviously know that Facebook stock just took a giant shit this week. So if you're a dip buyer, I don't know what that means. Like, so when a stock dips, I do know what it means. When a stock dips, you think it's hit a low point, you buy low so it can only go back up. A lot of people are buying the Facebook dip right now. I think it lost like 24% of its value, 148 billion or something in one day. It was like the biggest loss in stock market history ever. So they've got some catching up to do to get back into the positives for the year. I feel like this has come off the rails. Where are we at? 25 minutes? Okay. All right. Oh, so things that are dying. Facebook's not dying, but The Walking Dead certainly is. If you are a fan of The Walking Dead, you probably already know that the main character, Rick, is leaving. Last season, spoiler alert, I'll wait 10 seconds. Dun, 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 dun. Carl died. So in the comic, it's pretty clear that whenever Rick dies, if he does die, it's going to be about Carl. Carl's going to be the main guy. So they kill Carl off because of a contract dispute, which is stupid. You got a main character. You know he's going to be a main character. There's a contract dispute. You just solve it, which, hey, New York Jets, sign Sam Darnold. Just sign him already. Get him in camp so he can practice. He's a rookie. He needs some practice. Let's not screw this up like the Jets do every single season with every single player. Walking Dead going to go on without Rick. It was the main story, like the main driving arc was, what will Rick do for his family and keep his son, keep his daughter alive? If he's gone, there's no Walking Dead. I know that everybody, for some reason, liked the Daryl character, who I thought was pretty basic. He just got grungier and talked less and like grunted, and he really didn't. Yeah, he was like he's a pouty 16-year-old kid going through an emo phase. Like the kid no one wanted to talk to in the back of the classroom, but you talk to him every once in a while. So if he did shoot up the school, he might let you leave before he did it. So it was like he was that kid. Everybody does it. You gotta say, like, if the kids really, sometimes you sit next to them, give them your flying saucer or your cheesesteak. It's like your insurance policy in case, hey, if you ever do bring an AR-15 to school, just remember that time that we hung out together, you know. And actually, I'd probably be the first one to get two right between the eyeballs.
Oh, where's that asshole? Bing, bing, bing. Remember when you called me smelly? Bing, bing. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but guns will blow your brains out.
Isn't that how the new poem goes for the kindergartners? No, they actually have poems now for like duck in the corner, about like listen to your teacher, lock the door. I forget what it is. It's like some creepy fucking thing. Well, this is America. Have you seen the fake Donald Glover tweet going around? It's basically, it's him, and it's like, "This is America" was only supposed to be an intimate video for my family and friends to see. I can't believe all of America has now seen my nipples. I thought it was pretty funny. I guess you didn't find it as funny as I did. But no, I don't know that Daryl can carry a show. I like Norman Reedus. He was good in Boondock Saints. But she's supposedly leaving next season too. She's getting a little more popular with the whole Black Panther stuff. She did real well in that movie. And Maggie's leaving the show. She's going to some Whiskey Cavalier show on ABC. So they're having like major departures. I just don't see how it goes on past season. I think this will be season 9. There's no way they go past season 10. The ratings are dropping. No one's watching the show. The whole Negan storyline they kind of bungled. So I didn't watch season 8 at all, which was not that I'm like a good bellwether for fans, but I feel like I watched the show from its inception. And if you lost someone like me who watched the show, I still read the comic. Like you've got to be bleeding fans and hemorrhaging. I'm super excited for Better Call Saul next Monday. That starts. Lindsay and I will be battling for the TV because I think her Bachelor in Paradise comes on that same time frame. So we'll have to battle for the TV. I think Saul is Mondays as well, but maybe it is Tuesdays.
No, I thought Bachelor in Paradise was Tuesdays.
They'll probably do a Monday, Tuesday, or is it like Dancing with the Stars is Monday, BIP will be Tuesday. I don't know. But anyway, I'm super excited for Better Call Saul to come back. So that I'm really, really excited about.
Southern Charm reunion.
Oh, Thomas Ravenel. Oh, he's not on it because he's got the scraper charges. Trashly. Oh, so yeah. Southern Charm, the reunion, I think I've talked about it, was actually really good. I'm not a huge Southern Charm fan like the show. I think it's pretty terrible, but the reunion was really good. So there's this woman who had kids. She got them taken away for drug or alcohol abuse or something. And the baby daddy has a new girlfriend, and the new girlfriend takes every opportunity to remind her that that's why you got your kids taken away, blah, 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 blah. So then there was a rumor going around that she was an escort or a high-end prostitute. I don't know why you call them escorts if they're white girls, but if they're like minorities, they're prostitutes. I don't get it. Anyway, but so there's all that.
Probably get paid like thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah, I think it's like probably like 1,500. Like, what was it in Pretty Woman? 1,500 for the weekend. No kissing on the mouth.
I can't remember. What is it? I think it was $3,000 for the.
And your kiss, and then she goes under the water. Right? Isn't that the scene?
Yeah.
And then she's like, she has the bubbles. Yeah, she's in the bubble bath. So that was iconic. I don't need a white horse in a carriage. I want a Porsche and some carrots. That's what she got. She got the white Porsche and some carrots. Look at that. Julia Roberts was Cardi B before Cardi B. Oh, all right. This has gone off the rails. Completely gone off the rails. Oh, let's end it here. All right. I got one little story. Tell you how my life got turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there, tell you how I became the parents of kids who are emotional train wrecks. So I don't know, like if this is normal for 4 and 6 year olds, because I don't really remember when I was 4 and 6, but I feel like I was more outgoing than my kids are. So my two big problems. My one big problem with my kids is that they're super shy, which I guess is good. I'd rather them be shy than just walk off with strangers at the store or the carnies at the state fair. Which, by the way, if I heard one more time that it's raining, gotta be fair week. If I heard that one more time, I was going to either shoot myself or the person who said it. So luckily, the fair is done, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. Because apparently, when it rains in the end of July, the common thing to say in Kent County is a must be fair week. But anyway, my kids are like super shy. They hang on your hip, which is very annoying. But another thing they do that annoys me is they play this "you hurt my feelings" game. So I'll be, chilling, having a good time. Maybe I am ignoring them a little bit. Maybe I'm paying too much attention to the screen in front of my face, like I shouldn't be. I try to be, present when I'm with them, but they're boring. They're 4 and 6. What can I talk to them about? I can only talk about FGTV on YouTube for so many times, or Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood so many times, or puppy dog pals. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I can only do that so many times before I get annoyed, just flat out annoyed. I don't want to talk about it. I don't care what the puppy dog pals did. I don't care what Catboy and Gecko did. I just don't care. So I try to be present, but every once in a while I escape into my cell phone. And if I'm not paying attention to them, they get demonstrative and they demand my time. But now something they've started doing is I'll just notice they'll be crying. And I'm like, what the hell is your problem? Like, you hurt my feelings. You're not paying attention to me. You hurt my feelings. And I got to hear that now for fucking 5-10 minutes at a time. And now I feel bad because I wasn't present. I was looking at my phone. So maybe this is all my guilt as to why I don't want them to act like this. But it's mind-boggling. Like, am I gonna have to put my kids on Prozac at 7 because they're freaking out because I hurt their feelings because I didn't acknowledge what important thing they had to say about what they were watching on the television? Like, seriously, I don't know how to. I'm not going to justify, like, and I'm not going to acknowledge something because Tom and Jerry is a new thing at my parents' house. My parents watch Tom and Jerry with them, and they're like, "Oh my God, did you see what Tom did to Jerry? He tried to hit him with a broom, but the broom went around his head and it didn't hurt him." And it's just like, I don't care, but I have to, I guess, acknowledge them so they don't curl up in the fetal position and cry that I hurt their feelings. It's awful. So I don't know if by ignoring them, maybe I'm giving them tougher skin and they'll learn, like, as they get older, like, that kind of wasn't something I should have been crying about. Or if I'm fostering some sort of like emotional deficiency in my kids where they're just going to be like flat effect. They don't care about anyone or anything if it doesn't affect or involve them. So I don't know. That's one of the most fun parts of being a parent is every single decision you make, you get to second guess and say, am I making little psychos? So that's, no big deal, no pressure. You're just trying to raise contributing members of society, and you may end up, turning them into psychos. And next thing you know, you got the little Jeffrey Dahmers running around. Oh man, I forgot to scroll down here. I hope everything isn't going bad here. But no, yeah. So that's kind of the I guess the yin and yang of being a parent. Like, it's great and I love it, and it's brought me more joy than anything in my entire life. But I am also not an anxious person or a nervous Nelly. But every single decision I make, every way I punish them, if I take something away or if I just ignore, like, am I doing the right thing or am I creating a fucking monster? Speaking of monsters, John Atkins is in jail. 2 thumbs up for state of Delaware for actually having to put him in jail because he breached release so many times. You want to talk about a white male and white male privilege? Homeboy got arrested for strangulation and assault. Breaches release. They release him on his own recognizance after he breaches release. Then he breaches release again. And finally, they decide to lock him up. Like, my man was escalated. What did he have to? Was he going to have to kill someone before he gave him bond? Or even if he kills someone, we're going to be like, you know what? Yeah, you'll probably show up to court. Let's RLR, release on your own recognizance. But my kids, I get a kid who curses out his teacher and he gets a violation of probation for disobeying orders or disobeying commands. Or his mom didn't like the way he cleaned his room, so he gets a violation of probation because he disobeyed parents. And if you think I'm making these up, those have both happened. But you got a guy like John Atkins who's physically assaulting people just out wandering the streets, like, no big deal. I'll just do what the hell I want because my daddy was important at some point in time in Millsboro. Get the fuck out of here. Come on. All right, I'll wrap it up there before I end up on a rant on that guy, and he doesn't deserve any more of my time or any more of anybody's time. Let's hope that I'm not even going to say I hope he learns something because he's like a 50-year-old man. I doubt he's going to learn shit at this point in time in his life. The only thing he needs to learn is that he should keep his paws off of people who don't want to be touched. But if you look at his track record, he's always putting his hands on women because he knows if he put his hands on someone who were his size, he probably wouldn't like the outcome. So I'll stop before I end up, offending someone and then someone's mad at me. And then I don't know. I don't know. What do I care? He's a piece of shit. What do I care? Yeah, I said it. I will say it. And if I get called for jury duty, I will gladly let them know that I have a bias and I can't charge. I can't stand on the jury. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. That's pretty much all I got for today. We made it almost 40 minutes. Thanks again. That didn't seem like 40 minutes. That was fast. Man, I got to shave. I got a little patch of fuzz coming in here. Got to buzz it out. Nice Mr. Clean look for Monday so the kids can make fun of me at school. And go titty fuck yourselves.